Guys, we were, as you guys know, we were desperate for a win. I thought, we found a way. I thought our defense was much better than it had been, especially the 4 games on the road where we gave up an average, I think, of 84 points. Going into the game, out down there in Philly, in Demery and Newkirk killed us. Going into the game, that was an emphasis of trying to do a better job on them, trying to keep the ball above the foul line. I thought we fouled too much. It was a physical game. It was a tough game to referee. But I thought we found a way. Our offense wasn't terrific, and give St. Joe's credit on that. But Courtney has a double-double. Ladarian has a double-double, and Jade, the last play, Jade made a great read and curled off that down screen. I thought, as I told the team in the locker room, every player on our team's going to have a day in the sun. If you keep on working, you're going to have some success. And I thought Nelson was a big player in this game. Hit 2 threes. Came off the bench and really gave us a lift when we needed it. Like I said, it was a good victory. We needed one. We needed I've said it all year. I've said it as long as I've been here that in order to compete in this league, you got to protect your home court, and we've done that. We did that again tonight, and hopefully we can do again on Sunday.
What do you think it can do for you, just not only winning tonight, but winning in the face of some adversity, with them coming back, with the officiating going the way it did, with the physicality of everything, and just
I think it shows our guys, and this is how we won it early in the season. You win with defense, you win with rebounding. We out-rebounded by 13. And we defended them. They shot below 40%, below 30% from threes. Like I said, we fouled a little bit too much, but we defended, and that's the ingredient. Our offense isn't always going to be there. We're going to struggle at times, but when your defense is your staple, and we got away from that, and it's harder to play defense on the road, and that's just the way basketball is. But we got back to playing the way we're capable of playing defensively, and now hopefully our offense can come around.
Court, maybe the most physical game of the year. After you guys let that 12-point lead get away, how do you, down the stretch when calls aren't exactly going your way, mentally stay intact on the court?
We just got to keep our composure. Like Coach said, we did a good job of defending today, and especially when teams go on their runs, we got to make it even more of an emphasis to defend, and I think that we did a pretty good job of that.
Coach Schmidt, on the execution of trying to shut down Newark and the other guys, what was sort of the game plan of how to stop them?
Just trying to keep them out of the paint, trying to square up the ball, switch ball screens on Funk because he's such a good shooter. I thought we did a decent job with that. But just getting back, I thought down there in Philly they beat us in transition. They got too many easy baskets, and they got some easy baskets in the first half. We did a much better job in the second half of contesting shots. But just trying to keep, get back in defense, force a 5-on-5 game, and play connected. I didn't think when we were on the road, when you give up 85 points a game, you're not playing connected. But we did a better job today.
Yeah, go ahead.
when it was tied at 67, you guys called a timeout. What was just sort of the message, knowing that you guys needed it, knowing what you had already gone through to this point in this game? What was just sort of the message coming out on the possession right before, where Adams made the shot?
Talking to me?
To Courtney.
The possession when we were on defense?
Where Jay made the bucket to go up for good. What was just sort of the message coming out of that timeout?
Well, we knew we needed a bucket, and we put it in the hands of our best playmaker, and let him make the play. And when he got the bucket, we wanted to get back on defense and stop and make sure they didn't get any weak ups.
Was there a sentiment though that we've come this far in this game, we need this game, we can't lose this now?
Most definitely. I mean, because like you said, it was a physical game, and we did a good job of fighting. We didn't want to come all this way and slip up and lose.
Coach, walking into halftime, you guys were tied with St. Joe's 33-33, and then in the second half to start, you guys kind of go on a big little run, kind of push the lead a little bit. What did you tell you guys in maybe in the halftime meeting before the second half started?
We just, we emphasize, you try to make some adjustments at halftime, but try to emphasize the first, and we say it all the time, the first 5 minutes of the second half, the first 10 possessions are critical. You want to be able to make it's like the beginning of the game, end of the half, beginning of the second half. You want to try to get some stops and scores. And I thought we did a really good job and got up by whatever it was, 9-12. And then we knew St. Joe's was going to make a run. We didn't do a great job of answering it. But coming out at halftime, you always want to, you want to hit them in the mouth. And I thought we did a better job, today than we've done in the past.
Well, Caputo doesn't get a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
And then you put him in some real crunch time minutes.
Mhm.
It's gotta be encouraging to you to have him hit 2 shots like that when you
Yeah.
absolutely need them.
Yeah, you just, practice is really critical, and you try to put, I yell a lot in practice, and, you try to put pressure on them in practice, so, if they get their chance, it's not gonna be too big a stage, and Nelson's done it before, it's not like he's a freshman, he's come into games, and I think he knows his role, and he's practiced decently in the last couple of weeks, and, we were struggling, like I said, they were laying in Idris, the spacing wasn't great, so we wanted to bring in another shooter, and, Nelson, it's like anything, it's, when you're prepared for a situation and the opportunity presents itself, then, you're gonna have some success, and Nelson's done that in the past, and it wasn't a surprise, I'm glad he did it, but it wasn't really a surprise, he's done it, in the past at times.
As you mentioned, the first 5 minutes coming out at halftime have been a little bit of an issue on the road of late.
Yeah.
And then to come out and hit him in the mouth like you did, 11-2 run to start the half. How just important was it to see that and to show that they, could get out to that kind of a start, given what it kind of had been?
Well, on the road, it's been difficult, and that's what I say, 75% of games are won by the road team, and by the home team, there's a reason why, so we just want to get back to fundamentals and playing hard and competing, and that's what we did tonight, and so we had a good crowd, and, thank goodness the students came out, and, and we persevered, we found a way, and that's good to see when we didn't play our A game, especially on the offensive end.
Mark, you sat down and I think your first words were, we were desperate for a win today.
Yeah.
Obviously, the goal is to win the conference tournament, but at the same time, you're always trying to build the resume for the NCAA tournament. Just where do you think you guys stand in that regard right now?
Oh, it's way too early. I have no idea. We got 11 more games. It's a long way to go. Our whole focus now after this game is George Washington, and you got to get another one. In order to compete in the Atlantic 10, you have to protect your home court, and Sunday's game is just as important as today's game. And if you look ahead, you can't look ahead. We're not good enough. We got to just keep on.
Now, Coach
banging
George,
nails.
sorry, George Washington's a team that beat us down the stretch last year. Really dominated the paint in that game. So tonight, encouraging performance on the boards. How do you see that translating over into?
I haven't watched one single second of George Washington, so I have no idea. I just everything was St. Joe's, and if you guys let me get out of here, then I'll go up and listen.
Martelli came in and said, sort of saluted the crowd right to start his press conference, and said that in other places, if you lose 4 out of 5, fans might not come back that next home game, they might run away from you, I think was his wording, and that was obviously not the case tonight, it was the opposite tonight. How helpful was that, the crowd, the
Yeah,
students?
first, I'm not surprised. This is a basketball school, and the community and the students have been terrific since I've been here. And the Riley Center is the Riley Center for a reason, because of the students in the community. And we play better at home. They're always behind us. They're very supportive, and we appreciate it. It's when I first got here, we weren't very good, and they came out. It's I tell the guys all the time, this is not the richest place to live. People spend a lot of money to get tickets, to get the season tickets, and to come and support us, and we owe it to them to come out and play hard, because there's a sacrifice there, and we understand that as coaches and as players. And I say it all the time, when they leave those seats and go back to the car, they want to know, I want to know that they got their money's worth, and I think they have, and that's why they continue to come back, and there's a passion for it here in Western New York for Bonaventure basketball, and we're lucky.
Mark, today, 26 fouls, I know that's a lot for one day, but over the season, it's been an issue with, I think you guys were averaging over 20 entering today, which is pretty high, just nationally. Just how do you go about coaching, limiting fouls without losing tenacity on defense?
It's hard, you know, this was a physical game, you know, and it's hard for the referees to referee it. You know, we just have to, you know, can't get the cheap ones, put our hands on guys, and, but it's a fine line between being aggressive and, you know, and bodying up and fouling. So, you know, we'll continue to work at it, but, you know, we're going to continue to play hard.